They give me the go-ahead. They did. Okay, well, first off, let's give Mary Ellen and Deb a great big hand for showing up today. We love all of our students, our volunteers. Oh, I'm so grateful. All right, let's stand up. My name is Janene Cummings. Look at this. We've got the Unity Choir today. Is that wonderful? Can you see the words to Fine Fine Day, Mary Ellen? Yes, we can. This is going to be a fun one. Oh, it's a fine, fine day for us to come together. Yes, it's a fine, fine day for us to gather in this place where we can laugh and learn, where we can sing and praise. It's a fine, fine day. It is a fine, fine day. Shoulder to shoulder, heart to heart, it's a fine, fine day. It is a fine, fine day. Oh, it's a fine, fine day for us to come together. Yes, it's a fine, fine day for us to gather in this place where we can laugh and learn, where we can sing and praise. It's a fine, fine day. It is a fine, fine day. Fine day. Fine day. Fine day. It's a fine, fine day. And welcome Kyle today, who's doing the service today with you.
Thank you, Janene. Appreciate that. Welcome to Unity of Olympia, everybody, and those online. Hello, hello. And that's my welcome, Janene. I'm ready for a joy song.
Oh, you're ready for the You ready? Did you see it? Oh, he is going to light the candle. Okay. You got it. You have to let me know when it's done, because I can't see through everything.
In Youth Family Ministry, we say, it's lit.
I've got the joy, 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 joy down in my heart. Where down in my heart? Where down in my heart? I've got the joy, 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 joy down in my heart. Where down in my heart to stay. And I've got that love of unity down in my heart. Where down in my heart? Where down in my heart? I've got that love of unity down in my heart. Where down in my heart to stay. And I've got that peace that passeth understanding down in my heart. Where down in my heart. Where down in my heart. I've got that peace that passeth understanding down in my heart. Where down in my heart to stay. I hope we answered that question for you. Thanks for everybody.
Good morning. Please be seated. Get comfortable. Welcome to Unity of Olympia. My name is Jeffrey, and I will be your platform assistant today. And welcome to our spiritual home. In this place, we acknowledge that this land and water is the traditional territory of the State Chaw and other indigenous peoples. The State Chaw people are of the Squaxin Island tribe. The surrounding mountains, valleys, shorelines, and waterways are imbued with their presence. And at this time, please welcome Lisa up for our youth lesson.
Good morning. What do we know about whales? Anybody know anything about whales? They're big. Whales, they have a blow up, they're big. What do we know about whales? What do we remember about, let's say, the whale in Pinocchio? Does anybody remember anything about the whale in Pinocchio? Monstro, you got the name. You got the name. Do you remember the whale of Jonah and the whale?
Yep.
Why was Jonah in the whale? Who remembers? Why was it Jonah and the whale? Do you guys remember? I talked about this a while back. It's been a long time. But Jonah was in the whale because he was trying to avoid God, right?
Yeah.
He didn't want to do what God was telling him to do, so he went on a boat. And then the big storm came, and the boat just kind of, everybody was upset. And he jumped off and he got swallowed by a whale because he was avoiding what God told him to do. It's really drastic. But did you hear this week? There was actually a kayaker spit out by a whale. I thought that was so synchronistic that we're talking about Jonah and the whale, and we got the kayaker that was spit out by a whale this week, and his father got it on video.
Oh, wow.
Is that a whale of a tale? Yeah, his father got it on video, and this week I was listening to the radio, and the radio was interviewing. They were interviewing him, and they asked him, how did you feel? And he said, Pinocchio was right. I was thinking of the whale. Pinocchio was right. And he said his life kind of flashed before his eyes, and he wasn't sure he was going to live. Oh, so I looked up some whale metaphysics. Whale metaphysics. Whale symbolization is reminding you that you cannot know or understand everything. There are things you must accept through the heart. As a totem, the whale teaches you about listening to your own voice, understanding the impact your emotions have on your everyday life, and following your own truths. The whale is commonly associated with emotion, inner truth, and creativity. So going back to that kayaker, what do you think? Did he take it personally? This whale, he jumped and he got eaten and spit out. Did he take it personally? Was this a personal attack toward him? Was the whale out to get him? Well, when the kayaker was asked, are you going to go back in nature? Are you going to do kayaking again? Well, how many of you would maybe think twice about going back on a kayak experience? And do you know what he said? He said, no, I'm going to definitely go out. I love nature. I love being out there. I love being He goes, I love seeing the whales, and the whale just was trying to get his food, and I accidentally got in the way. But he was like, no, I'll be back in nature. What a lesson about not taking things personally. I don't know how many whales you have that are eating you up right now. I know there's a few on my Facebook page. Yeah, I think it's a big lesson about not taking it personally and doing what is called ours to do. Doing what is called ours to do. What do you think, guys? Yeah, is that a whale of a tale? That's good. Good stuff. Okay, you can sing us out. Thank you.
We are walking in the light, in the light, in the light. We are walking in the light, in the light of God. In the light, 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 in the light of God.
Good morning again, and please welcome Rodney up. He has some words to share about our nominating committee.
Morning. She's trying to talk to you. Her name is Rodney. And our nominating committee is comprised of Tommy Helm, Senator Petty, and Reverend Terry, and myself. And so we got together and, we're putting together an application packet, which will be in the lobby next Sunday. Next Sunday. So please, don't rush down there. Don't crowd each other out. There'll be plenty. So it's a wonderful time, to think about being on the board. If you feel called to be on the board, if you have any visions, yourself being up here, or not being up here, but being behind the scenes, serving, it's a great opportunity. And so the packets will be available next Sunday. The deadline for returning them is March 23rd. So that way we can look at who's applied. There are 3 positions available, 2 3 years and 1 year. And 2 of the board members serving on the 3 year, the 1 year, have decided they're going to apply. So we're really looking especially for one over 3-year term, which is a marvelous opportunity. If you have any questions, you can see me or any of the board members here, or you can talk to Tommy or Sandra or Reverend Terry when she's around. And This will all be decided on who is going to join us on the board at the annual congregation meeting Sunday, April 27th. Be there or be square.
Thank you, Robbie. Classes of service and worship help us connect with others so we can accept each other and appreciate diversity and affirm the divine in all. It is your generosity that supports our youth program as well as our amazing musicians. Thank you for your support. And now we will transition into the prayer portion of our service. As we prepare for the daily word, one of our prayer team members is bringing forward the prayer request box. Together we hold the hush, knowing the truth for all, those for whom prayers are given is wholeness, prosperity, and love. And so it is. And then I'm doing the daily word today. And Carol's holding the box. Today's daily word is wisdom. Wisdom guides my words and actions. When I have felt torn, trying to decide which way to go or how to handle a trying situation, I may have asked in prayer for insight and guidance. As I have grown spiritually, I have come to realize that any insight and guidance I could need are within me, aspects of my divine inheritance. Divine wisdom is my ability to intuit, to sense, and to discern my best choice. I pay attention to my hunches, flashes of inspiration, and the whispers of guidance I feel in my quiet moments. I believe they are divinely inspired, even if they surprise me. In confidence and with gratitude, I move in the direction of my highest good, trusting in my innate wisdom. And from Isaiah 30:21, and when you turn to the right or when you turn to the left, your ears shall hear a word behind you saying, this is the way, walk in it. Wisdom. Wisdom guides my words and actions, and I invite you to affirm that with me. Wisdom guides my words and actions, and so it is. Thank you, Carol. At Unity, we believe in the power of prayer. There are 2 prayer boxes in the sanctuary, one at the front of the room and one in the back, with prayer request cards and pens. If you submit your prayer request, it will be held in prayer by our team and then sent on to Silent Unity, where your request will be prayed upon for an additional 30 days. Members of our prayer team are often available for confidential prayer following the service, and today it's me. So if you feel called, feel free to join me in the back after service for a couple moments of prayer. And now I invite us to affirm our statement of faith. Together, please. There is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life. God the good, all power, presence, and wisdom. It is in God that I live, move, and have my being.
You want
Thank you, choir. Thank you. Well, hi, everybody. My name is Kyle. I'm so excited to be here. When Reverend Terry asked me to give the lesson, I said, yeah, I'll give the lesson. Yeah. I seldom often say no. The answer is always yes. I think that's a Unity saying too. The answer is always yes. All right, so today's, what I want to talk about, my lesson here, is we do this at Youth Family Ministry. So every year, Unity Worldwide Ministries holds a conference for our region. This year it was at CBAC. And this is the Sunday service that they give. So we normally invite a musician, which today will be our fabulous musician, director Janene, and musicians Terry, Charles, and Steve, who will be helping out with my lesson. But essentially, Janene has given me 2 song titles and 1 mystery song title. All right, so this will be a meditative service and a time for you and for all of us to do a little bit of storytelling. So the first song title of it is Will of My Heart. All right, and so I'm going to bring us into a little meditation so we can kind of bring it all back in from the joy that we just experienced. And center ourselves a little bit so you can see if you've got something to say about the will of your heart, right? Most of us know Janene's song, The Will of My Heart is to be open, right? So whatever will of your heart story, and I'll be your guardian, all right? And keep you on track on time. So, and you don't have to come up here, it doesn't have to be that scary. I can come to you with the microphone if you so wish to talk. And if nobody steps forward, that's okay too. I also have some written word that I can fill in that space, all right? So if everybody can just close their eyes for a moment. Take a deep breath in. And exhale. And let's take a deep breath in on a 4 count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Try to hold it. 1, 2, and release. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, let's try that again. And breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, and release. 4, 3, 2, 1. I take opposites and conflicts, all that is contradictory. I take the diverse and varied. I take the simple and solitary, and mix and merge, meld and blend. I take what is separate and create union. I bring together what needs to be brought together, so wholeness is achieved. And now wiggle your toes and your fingers, and come back to our space. And just by a raise of hand and nod of the head, if you feel called to share a story, the will of your heart. Hi, Gina.
So the will of my heart story. While on my personal growth journey in the 70s with classes and seminars, I found Unity of Olympia in 1979 with Reverend Albert Caesar. This was the first church in 15 years after leaving a very strict conservative religion. Unity, wow, a very open, loving, heart community. Now, the next part for me in 1984, at 48 years old, I quit my job, sold my house, and went on the road with my Toyota and visiting unities wherever I was at. I was in Hawaii for 4 months and breathed in all the love and sometimes the ferry to Seattle. And one Sunday, as I was preparing for the road again, the minister touched my heart and shared that what I was looking for was right here. My question to myself was, what in the world is she talking about? Well, it took me years and many moves to understand that what I was looking for all along was within me, and to recognize and accept, to loving myself and enjoying the love and peace within and all around me. Thank you, Unity.
Thank you, Jan. Thank you for sharing.
I'd like to share. So when this song, I don't actually know when The Will of My Heart, the song by Janene Cummings, when you wrote it, but I just remember that when you and I first started hanging out and singing together, I was working in education, and I've worked in education most of my life, and a lot of times the kids that I have worked with are kids who come from a lot of trauma, and they have behaviors that are very, very trying, and they need consistent adults that are giving them boundaries and consistently giving them unconditional love as well. And the mantra is this, the will of my heart is a mantra to me. It really sustained me in some of the most difficult times of working with kids that were, I needed to come from a place of love, and that's always been relatively easy. Not every second of every day, but for me to come to this song consciously has always since been just a really grounding and a way to get refocused in the heart, coming from the heart and working with children.
Thank you, Cherry. Anyone else feel called, the will of my heart? Don't be scared. It's just us.
So let's close our eyes. And today we have the opportunity to shift a little bit. And not only shift individually, but we get to do it within a group, which makes the power huge. So we'll place a hand on the heart. And as we do this today, we're going to ask for a message within. Where can I be more open? The will of my heart. Sing with us. The will of my heart is to be. To be
The will of my heart is to be open constantly. Thank you, Janene. All right, for a little spontaneity, what do we got, Janene, loving kindness always?
No, the next time. Oh, let's do the very next one. Who we are.
Oh, we can show the world. We can show the world. Let's sit with that for a moment. We can show the world. What can we show the world?
Loving kindness always.
Loving kindness always, absolutely, absolutely, absolutely.
Well, let me tell you a little story about where the song comes from. So back in 2018, I had just gotten back to Olympia, and I had heard all the songs, just kind of drop into me because I have a relationship with my higher self. So that's who does all the work, is really not me. And so they had told me, Janene, you'll be moving from Shelter Cove, California, to back to Olympia. And I was like, oh, praise be, I get to go back home. And they said, and you'll also, you'll meet your tribe and you'll start a YouTube channel. I was so excited that I would finally meet my tribe. That's all of you people, And to start a YouTube channel, I'm like, you must have the wrong number here because I'm not doing that. It was way too overwhelming, way too scary because I had hid a lot of my life. And so I get to Olympia, I'm out at Pioneer Park walking around, I think it was winter. And so I start talking with that higher self. I'm like, this YouTube channel, it practically has me terrified. And so I need something to help me be able to step up and step out. And they're like, okay. So what they understood that is, as to be, was I need a new song, I need a mantra. And so they go, I can show the world just who I am, who I am. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's nice. I said, but that's been used because that's Joshua fit the battle of Jericho. And they said, do it anyway. And so I'm like, okay, I'll do it anyway. They said, and the most important part when you're standing up and stepping out, showing up for yourself, is to feel safe and to feel free. That will help you do that. So I'm like, okay, I get it. So that is what helped me expand a little bit more so I could step up into doing the YouTube channel and not be so terrified to come and sing in front of all you people. So, and to sing with you. So that's where that song comes from. That's my share. Thank you.
Thank you, Janene. Thank you. No, you don't need to say that.
So, I haven't thought this out very much, but there was a few weeks ago, well, probably more than that because we've been gone for a couple of weeks, Terry talked about not being afraid to show who you are, to stand up, to shine your light, and that shining your light does not overshadow other people, and that oftentimes showing your light actually encourages others to do the same. So I've been thinking about that a lot, about not shying away from who you are. And I think that Janene embodies that so much. She comes, I don't know if she comes to our house and teaches our kids piano. And she's always shining that light. And they just sit up to that piano and they just create and do the things that I would have thought they would have been too nervous to do, but they're not afraid to shine their light. And it's just such a great example of that. That being yourself and shining your light actually encourages others to do the same.
Thank you, Karen. Anyone else feel called? All right, Rodney.
So when I discovered flutes, I didn't know that I could make up my own music. And so I started packing this flute everywhere because I was so happy with it, like a little kid with a new toy. I packed it with me everywhere, and I would start playing it wherever I was at. I'd find garages some people stop and ask me about it. I take you to bookstores, whatever. I said, oh, I make foods, and start playing with it. So it's just a great joy for me to be able to share what I feel through the food, share what we get to see how people react. And, you know, it's better than a dog for starting a conversation. Doesn't pull your arm off, doesn't jump up on people, and, you know, tell it to sit, it stays. So it's been very, very enriching for me.
Thank you, Rodney. Rodney always signs off on his emails, Rodney, the flu guy. I'm like, don't worry, Rodney, I know who you are. We can show the world.
Yeah, let's stand. I can show the world just who I am, who I am, who I am. I can show the world just who I am, and feel safe and feel free. And feel safe and feel free. Feel safe and feel free. Show the world just who you are, who you are, who you are. You can show the world just who you are and feel safe and feel free. And feel safe and feel free. Feel safe and feel free. And feel safe and feel free. Feel safe and feel free. Let's sing this. We can show the world just who we are, who we are, who we are. We can show the world just who we are and feel safe and feel free. And feel safe and feel free. Feel safe and feel free. And feel safe and feel free. Feel safe and feel free. And feel safe and feel free. Feel safe and feel free. And feel safe and feel free. Feel safe and feel free.
Yeah, give yourself a big hand. That was fabulous.
Thank you. How important, so we all, everyone feels safe and feels free. Yes. Awesome. Thank you, guys. Our last song today is entitled, We Who Believe in Freedom. We Who Believe in Freedom. So if that resonates with you, we who believe in freedom.
And not only do we who believe in freedom, but we who believe in freedom who cannot rest until it comes.
I'm happy to talk, it's just that I'm talking before.
Don't take all the turns, Charles.
From the time I was a young adult in college, undergrad school, I really realized how much depression and anxiety I was battling. And when it came to its full fruition, when I had my third baby, it was almost debilitating. I remember just kind of wishing that I could just be taken care of, not have to take care of anybody, and just was feeling completely immobilized. And I broke through that, and some of it for me was through medication, finding the right combination of medications for my brain chemistry. But as much as I was raised to be very much in support of civil rights, I had never been actively involved and was nervous as things were coming up in our country, coming up for healing, and I could intellectually appreciate that this was coming up for healing, and I wanted to participate. My kids were at a high school where there was an organization that
decided it was their job to go and show up at funerals for people who were military, show up for funerals. For some reason, they were anti-LGBTQ. I did never find the connection, but they decided that was theirs to do. My kids' high school was very much welcoming them coming to be in opposition to them because they found it as a calling for them to show how much they were inclusive and very much for LGBTQ inclusivity. And so it became this rally where the Westboro Baptists came over to rally against my kids' high school that I guess they decided represented our state, because our state was one of the first to legalize same-sex marriage. And at that rally, I didn't show up until it was the very end of it because of the anxiety in me. I was so afraid of the possibility of somebody doing something that could hurt me, and I saw myself as I didn't want to be, taken from this earth at that point. I wanted to be here for my kids. That was the turning point for me, and I decided I am going to be active. I am not going to be afraid any longer. So by the time we had the Women's March, the first Women's March, I was involved in that in a big way. In singing the next Women's March, I was up at the microphone on the steps of the Capitol, leading a song, and just like, that's it. This is one of the things that is mine to do. And yeah, so Ella's song speaks to that. Ella's song is about we who believe in freedom cannot rest. We who believe in freedom cannot rest until it's comes, until freedom comes. Yeah.
Thank you, Terry.
Well, I was going to say something, but I'm not going to be the next one after just all of us taking up this time here. So somebody else share something about we who believe in freedom. And I cannot rest. And then I will share something. Anybody? Anybody else? Thank you.
Thank you, Terry.
Well, I have to look at people. My journey into freedom has been long coming. I'm 79, going to be 80 this year. And unbelievable. Anyway, I've been in churches, different denominations, much of my life, and there's something good in every single one of them. There is. However, all those years, it was all head knowledge and nothing from my heart. It never connected. And I came to Unity, and oh my gosh, it connected, and I made a conscious, unemotional decision I was going to believe and trust. And then a year ago, January, I chose the word surrendering. And every conscious decision that I could remember, I made the decision, chose to, I'm going to surrender my ego, because I made a lot of stupid, silly decisions, and I thought, well, I'm going to try this divine decision that's in me. And I thought, can't be worse than what I've done, Anyhow, so throughout that last year, and it's only been a year and a half that I have been in Unity, but throughout that last year, it just became more real. And I thought, oh, I'm supposed to surrender in this experience. Oh, I'm supposed to surrender in this experience. And what I found, here's my phrase for last year, and this, and the rest of my life, I have surrendered into freedom. Here it is.
Anybody else? Okay, the thing that came to me didn't have anything to do with civil rights, didn't have anything to do with really where this song came from. But I will add that I was at that rally at Olympia High School also, and a very powerful part of that rally just happened to be that we didn't address the people across the street with their little signs and their shouty shouts.
We actually had our backs turned
We
to
had our backs to them, and it was all about who we are at this school and being very affirmative. And I thought that was a very powerful thing. But anyway, I didn't want to talk about it either. Do you know what a heuristic is? A heuristic is like something that you do without thought. You know, like a teacher will come into class and they'll see what the lesson is for the day, and heuristically they may just ask a question in the class to get their brains clicking and open the right doors. And it's a sort of a strategy, but it's beyond a strategy. It isn't an equation. You just do it. And we all have various heuristics that we kind of live by, maybe consciously, maybe not. But one heuristic I know that I live by is, when in doubt, affirm. And so, you know, a long time ago I was out on the play, I was being a playground, para, and making sure everybody was doing, putting their stuff away at the end or whatever. And these three kids came running up to me, and they were telling me about something on the weekend, and they were all talking at once, and it had something to do with being in a park and being in the woods, and I couldn't track it, and they were all giggly and laughing about it, and I couldn't tell quite, would sound a little edgy, but when in doubt, affirm. I said, good. Right? And they're like, I was like, wow. And then they ran off. And I think they felt heard, and so it's sort of the notion of but there's a little bit of a subversive thing about this, we will not rest, is when someone is saying something that you know is not where you're coming from. And you have big doubts, and maybe you even see like trajectories where this isn't. How can I say, good, I understand, and try and find the one little something where we have common ground, and then go from there. And it's hard sometimes, because maybe the common ground is just fear. And I know fear. And so maybe we can find the way out of that together that doesn't hurt somebody else, because I understand where you're coming from. But it's hard. But it's a heuristic that helps me not rest until it comes, until we're all free. But and I encourage everybody to kind of like get in touch with those things you just do that you don't think about, and make sure that they are in alignment with your heart.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you. Anybody else feel called?
We who believe in freedom cannot rest. We who believe in freedom cannot rest until it comes.
Sing with us.
We who believe in freedom cannot rest.
Good job, you guys. You feel that in here? It feels great. Did we pass the mustard, Kyle?
Oh, I think we absolutely did. Yes. Thank you, everybody who spoke today, who felt called. Thank you, music team, for helping me prepare this lesson. I realize maybe my beginning instructions weren't as clear, but I'm usually off with the kids, right? I don't get to experience the whole service, so thank you guys. Like I said, this is the type of service we close out of Youth Family Ministries Conference, and it's just a fun way to meet. We're always like, there's curriculums we're talked at, right? And then here's a moment where we finally get to open up as a community and learn from one another. So, thank you. I would like to close out. If I can find it, maybe I got it. Here it is. I'd like to close out today's lesson with a poem by Maya Angelou. Tremors of your network cause kings to disappear. Your open-mouthed anger makes nations bow in fear. Your bombs can change the seasons, obliterate the spring. What more do you long for? Why are you suffering? You control the human lives in Rome and Timbuktu. Lonely nomads wandering, O Testar, to you. Seas shift at your biting. Your mushrooms fill the sky. Why are you unhappy? Why do your children cry? They kneel alone in terror, with dread in every glance. Their nights are threatened daily by a grim inheritance. You dwell in whitened castles, with deep and poisoned moats, and cannot hear the curses which fill your children's throats. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Kyle. You did great. Everyone give Kyle a round of applause. As a lot of us can attest, it's really scary being up here your first time, so you did good. And you are always with the kids, so you are not just familiar with the order of service, but you did great. And also, too, fun fact, Maya Angelou is a longtime member of Unity, so fun, good reference. Anyway, welcome again. We know that everyone is here today by divine appointment and not by accident. If you are new to Unity of Olympia, we would love to get to know you better. Please join us downstairs in the social hall after service for some refreshments. Upon entering service, you walked by the welcome table and should have received a packet and separate guest survey from a member of our welcome team. If you complete the guest survey and return it to the folks at the table, you will get a gift. Maybe it's eternal salvation. Just kidding. You're already saved. Welcome team members have a green ribbon, and they're available to introduce you to others from our community or answer any questions you might have. If you are a newcomer and did not receive your welcome packet, please stop by the welcome desk to pick one up as we want to further connect with you. And I would like to invite the ushers up, please. As a spiritual cooperative, we each give what we can to support our community. In this way, we put feet to our faith in the natural abundance of God's world. We invite our guests to receive today's service as our gift to you. As always, you can make your conscious contributions on our website. Via Venmo, you can put it in the mail, or you can give right here in service. In whatever way you choose to support our community, I invite you to take your gifts into your hands, into your hearts and minds, and let us bless them with divine love. Together, please. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Open to the sacred richness of our infinite source, we as Unity of Olympia joyfully co-create unlimited prosperity right now. Thank you.
Today I'm grateful. Today I'm grateful. Today I'm grateful for every little thing. Today I'm grateful. Today I'm grateful. Grateful for just what this day will bring. And it's an honor to give so freely. It's an honor to give with love. 'Cause today we're grateful. Today we're grateful. Today we're grateful for every little thing. Today we're grateful. Today we're grateful. Grateful for just what this day will bring. Forever grateful for just what this day will bring.
We are grateful. If everybody could rub those hands together, This is what we do at YOU. And we'll send our energy to these contributions and blessings. Everybody go zzz. And they are blessed, and you are blessed, and we are blessed. Thank you, guys.
And remember to submit your prayer requests in the prayer boxes, and I will be available for private prayer in the back of the sanctuary. The bulletin on our TV has a bunch of the upcoming events, but please check out our website for a full list of the events and announcements going on. Reverend Kyle, is there anything you would like to share?
Thank you. I did have to get like a certificate for marrying my friends for the state of California, so somewhere. I don't know if it's upkept yet. Great, spirit groups are going to start next week. So this is, our spirit groups are called Spiritual Gifts. The sign-ups are downstairs. This is where joy meets need. What we're looking at this is for any type of our service that we give to our community or to our outside community. It's not obligatory. It should feel joyous. It should feel, it's a thought of abundance, it's a shift in consciousness, right? Not that we have to, but we want to, right? So that's the ideal. It's very easy. We've got several presenters. If you're a host, Carol's hosting, Linnell's hosting, Reverend Terry is hosting after service, and Mary Ellen is hosting on Zoom. So check out those spirit groups downstairs. And then, if you have not, the annual meeting is coming up. The date is April 27th, all right? So mark your calendars. April 27th is the annual meeting. With that said, I really have 16, and I'm not going to name you off. Oh, I could. I know who you are. All right? But I want those, if you got sent in the email or by snail mail, if you got your membership renewal forms, please get those back to me. The board will start calling next week to make sure if you want to renew your membership or not. So if you miss those, that means we do not have a way to contact you, and we need that, yes? Great, and then I know I have a long list here. No, I think I'm complete. We're gonna wrap this up, yeah?
Thank you. And the flowers are from Nancy, Cameron side, and they are going to the lovely Pam and Cheryl. If you haven't had a chance to say hello to them, I invite you to connect with them after service. And are you ready to pray and sing the peace song? You don't have to do anything for the prayer, it's just the prayer production. Awesome. Stand up and hold hands.
Somebody's trying to hold your hand.
Who knows if I remember? There'll be a quiz next year in renewal form.
The light of God surrounds us. We are the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. We are the love of God. The power of God protects us. We are the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. We are the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Thank you to everybody at home for being with us. Let